know Jimmy Buckets is old. Jimmy Butler was not healthy in this series, and they were fighting to get through this series without Steph Curry. Steph Curry is an important piece to this puzzle. Reason why is he draws two players every single time he comes up the court. He is that great of a shooter, and when you double team him, you have Jimmy Butler open, you have other players that can hit open shots, and it makes the Golden State Warriors a totally different team. Now, Jimmy Butler, we've seen him do this. We've seen him take over games over the years with Miami. This is not the same Jimmy Butler that was what he was with the Heat 3-4 years ago. This is an older Jimmy Butler. That doesn't mean that Jimmy Buckets cannot be the player that we've seen him be in the playoffs. He just wasn't in this series. As far as Steve Kerr is concerned, I don't want to hear it from Steve Kerr. I don't ever want to hear Steve Kerr talk, because he's congratulating a guy that he coached with the Olympic team. He was also the guy that had backlash during the season about what Anthony Edwards stands for and what he has said to the press over the years. He was one of the guys that obviously said what he said about Anthony Edwards. You go out there and play the game. Don't put yourself center stage in front of the press if you don't expect to be smacked around. And Anthony Edwards had his own thoughts to Steve Kerr. Now all of a sudden he's kissing his ass? That's typical Steve Kerr, ladies and gentlemen. And I don't know how long Steve Kerr has left over there with the Golden State Warriors, because you would think that Steve Kerr has a great career after coaching in the NBA. And we've seen guys from the Golden State Warriors. The GM, when the GM Myers realized, when he decided, hey, you know what, this team is getting older, I won my championships, I put this team together, maybe I step down and go work with another sports team outside of basketball. That's what he did, and now he's an analyst for the NBA for ESPN. And this guy's making more money doing that than sitting behind as an executive and dealing with some of the rubbish that you have to deal with guys like Mr. Green himself, who goes out there and throws his team under the bus and spits out the garbage that he puts on his podcast. And then you have guys like Klay Thompson over the years that at the tail end of his career over there with the Golden State Warriors wasn't the same player. He wasn't a splash brother. He was a shell of himself after he tore his Achilles, after tearing his ACL. Myers just wanted to step down. He didn't want to deal with that crap. He made the smart move. What do you think Steve Kerr is going to do, guys? He's going to step down, and teams are going to go after him. He's going to say, you know what? I'm just going to do my broadcasting, build a podcast. I was making a lot of money with TNT. I was making a lot of money on the side on some of the stuff I was doing with Sirius Radio. Why the hell do I need to be a coach anymore? I won multiple championships. I'm going to be considered one of the greatest coaches of this era. The only reason why is because he coached so many great players. I'm tired of Steve Kerr. I don't want to see Steve Kerr anymore. I think he's one of the most overrated coaches in NBA friggin' history.